Today, I'm going to talk about the current state of the market and the best way to make coins right now in FC Mobile. So overall, the market is doing relatively well. The players that we talked about in our last market video that I said were going down, a lot of the really high rated meta players that were out before Team of the Year are now coming back up a bit in price, but only by a couple million. Like I said in that video, I do think their prices are going to stay fairly constant for the next few weeks, or at least for the Team of the Year event. As for Team 1 of Team of the Year, they are going up in value still, which is good to see. R9 is now up to the mid 180s, and I do think he'll get up to 190, 200, maybe by the end of Team of the Year, unless they have a week where all of the players are in packs or are easy to pack, which could be possible. But if not, I think he's going to 190, 200, and I do think after Team of the Year, he could go even further than that. We may see a bit of an explosion in their prices since they will be likely out of packs. Bellingham has seen a great increase. He was down at, I think, 95, 100 million, maybe a few days ago, maybe a week or so ago. Now he's up at 117. I do think he's going 120, 130, which is good to see. Mbappe is the same. Hernandez is the same. Frimpong, all these guys. The only ones that aren't doing as well are the nominees. They're hanging out around the same prices they were before, and that's likely because they could be packed easily in packs still, unlike the ultimate Team of the Years. As for the current Team of the Week, we have Team of the Year team. We have a new set of players coming out this Wednesday, tomorrow, and I do assume there's going to be 12th man Team of the Year Cristiano Ronaldo. So exchanges might go crazy tomorrow, packs might go crazy tomorrow. The markets may be a little bit crazier than normal. Even though a lot of people are fans of Messi and love him in game, Cristiano Ronaldo has so many fans, and he also has an incredible card in game. So it's a double whammy. But as for the current Team of the Year players, the ultimate Team of the Year players, they're doing decently well. I mean, Van Dijk is up from where he was when we last made the video. Still not, exploding in price. We don't expect that at all. He may go up in value when he's somewhat out of packs this Wednesday, but overall, I've heard decent things about VVD. Kevin De Bruyne, great card in game. Rodri, incredible card in game. I've played with them a little bit. And of course, Messi is holding his own at the mid 200 million coin mark. I think he'll likely not drop below 200. He'll stay above 200 and just keep going forward from here. Maldini is looking good at roughly 130. He fluctuates between the 120, 130 million coin mark. I mean, incredible card in game. He's definitely a card I want to pick up. I think he may end up being the best defender. Also the highest rated, which really helps out. And then finally, the other important card to note is Cristiano Ronaldo. He's done relatively well. I mean, I think he dropped further than 87. I remember seeing him, I think, a little bit lower than that. Now he's worked his way back up to 90. Great card in game if you look at the stats. Not as good, I don't think, as the 95 rated rivals, and won't be anywhere near as good as his Ultimate Team of the Year card, but nonetheless, he is a great player in game. So overall, the market is doing relatively well. But the interesting part of the market, though, is the exchange players, or the players needed and used in exchanges. So over the past week or so, we've had 3 really big exchanges. We had the 95 rated exchange, which required 94 rated players, 93 and 94. And for a while, they spiked. You could see they all went up to, I think it was like 29, 30 million coins. I made some money on Kim Min Jae's during that time, which ended up working out pretty well. I also did the exchanges. They were brutal. And then we got, I believe it was a 92 to 93 overall exchange, or 93 to 94, and it required 90s to 92s. And that one sent the 90 rated cards to the moon. If we go over here, I didn't sell any of mine. I just wasn't on the game at the time, but they all went up to 6.5 million after being about 2 million. And that was across the board. Every 90 rated player just spiked in value. People made hundreds of millions, if not billions, of coins off of that play, which was, congrats to everybody. Great move. And now it is the 96 to 97 exchange over here, which is pretty crazy that they released that. Once again, I wouldn't suggest doing these exchanges. They're absolutely brutal, to be completely honest. You're going to get most likely the most commonly packed player, which is not going to be one of the big boys. I think the one that I'm seeing a lot of people pack is Sanchez. But if you want to gamble and go for it, you can. It will cost about 150 million, and because of that, these exchanges it's been interesting to see how they have affected the market. If we go over here, for that exchange, we needed 95 overalls, and a lot of the 95s were about 35 million for a little while, maybe 38, 39. They then quickly went up to about 42, and then spiked when the exchange came up all the way up to about 50 million. Now what's interesting is I actually invested in 5 Rodgers at 42. I was thinking about it at 38, didn't, wish I did, but I bought him at 42, and he spiked to 49.9 last night when I went to bed, and he had 999 plus buy orders, and it was like that all night for all of the 95s. And then when I woke up this morning, all of that demand had essentially gone. That's a little interesting to me, but it is what it is. And so instead of making, I thought he was going to go into the 50s, but instead of making tons of coins, I only made about 1 million coins per card. I sold at 48.4, but still, I'm not going to complain. 5 million coins, easy as you like. But the reason why I'm talking about all these exchanges is because this is the best way to make coins right now in FC Mobile, in my opinion, because they're coming out with new exchanges either every day or almost every other day. And what it's doing is it's creating so many opportunities in the market to make tons of coins. So we've seen, like I just showed, the exchanges of 95, I think it was a 93 to 94, and then a 96 to 97. The other huge exchange that will be coming soon, it's rumored, but we're pretty certain it's going to come because all the other leaks have been true, is a 94 rated Ruud Gullit that will be structured in the same way as Jairzinho. And we know from the Jairzinho exchanges that it's going to require an 89 plus rated. For Gullit, it will be a player from the Netherlands, but we did get in the mystery signings a free De Jong last week, although maybe that won't matter as much because it's already passed now. We're on to the new mystery signings. Some people might not have claimed De Jong because they didn't know that Gullit was going to come, so we'll have to see how that shakes out. But we also know from the Jairzinho exchange that there was another exchange that required an 87 plus rated Belgian players and a 87 plus rated specific league. So Jairzinho was Ligue 1, essentially because that's where he was at his prime or at his peak. With Gullit, he was at his peak in Serie A, if I'm not mistaken. I think a lot of people consider his peak in Serie A. So because of that, 87 plus rated Serie A players might be the ones to go for. And the reason why I say that is because if we invest in them, they could go up a decent amount in value because everybody's going to want to get Gullit. He will be, in my opinion, regardless of any other center mid we have in the game or that will be coming out in Team of the Year, he will be the best center mid in the game, bar none. His base card is better than almost every other center mid in the game, so a 94 rated icon version would be crazy. So because of that, I do think there's a decent chance that 87 plus rated Serie A players go up in value. We won't know the exact requirements until the exchange comes out, but I would keep an eye out on that. It should be coming out February 10th, and when it does, I think it will be crazy. Like I said, there will be tons of investment opportunities because there are 8 different exchanges you have to complete, but not only that, at the rate that they're going, they may end up releasing a 97 rated exchange, or they may end up releasing a 90 to 97, or a 92 to 97. I think we're going to keep seeing a ton of these exchanges over the next few weeks until the end of Team of the Year. So what does that mean? What I would do to make coins with them is go into the game right at reset, and if you don't know what reset time is, if you look at any of the daily exchanges, it says expires in blank time. When it expires, that is when the reset happens for the day. So I'd log into the game at reset if you can, go into exchanges, see what's new, and then look at the requirements. I wouldn't do too much of gambling ahead of time. Like I wouldn't buy Serie A players or too many of them before Gullit comes out. But when the Gullit comes out, go into the game, check the requirements, see what's needed, and then go and buy them up in the market. And usually you'll be able to buy up a decent amount of cards before things get too crazy. And then from there, you could sell those cards when they go up in value. And it's just going to be the easiest way to make coins. And in that case, it's a relatively sure way to make coins. Betting ahead of time on the cards that will be required is a bit risky, and betting on players for exchanges that just aren't really worth it is risky as well. But if it's something like Gullit that you know is going to be a big exchange, that's going to be good to go. If it's something like a 96 to 97, we know people want to complete that. That's going to do well as well. So keep all those things in mind. But I do think that's going to be the best way to make coins going forward. We do have the weekend challenge mode going on. We have tons of packs being opened. So I do think lower rated cards aren't really going to be, there's no real investment opportunity there, but we will see. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any other investment opportunities that you are looking into or that you're currently doing, if you're willing to share. But with that being said, that is all for today. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like. If you're new, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Peace.